Hi everyone, this is Christian here on YouTube and welcome to this brand new video for the channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to tell you what is my weekly trading plan, the one that I've been using for years, and the one that you see me actually when I actually post a video with my weekly predictions. Usually you just see like the tip of the iceberg, if you want to call it that way, where I actually explain you what is it that I do in order for me to actually get to to place the trade. But I'm actually going to explain you just right now what is my weekly plan so that I can get to that specific tip of the iceberg. And this is I'm going to break it down to 4 tips so that you can learn to make your own trading plan for every week as well. Are you ready? If you're new to my channel and you're into binary options, forex trading, crypto trading, or any type of making money online, this channel is for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below and activate the notifications bell icon so that you get a notification for every new video that I upload. With that being said, let's jump into the video. So having a weekly trading plan is what has gotten me to a place where people see me when I lose a trade and they see me so calm and they're like, hey, how come you cannot be affected about losing a trade? And this is just because, not because I don't care about losing, but because it's inside of my plan, the possibility of losing certain trades. And since it's part of the plan, there's no reason why I should be surprised, okay? When we get upset, it's because something happens that we were not expecting. Nevertheless, when you have a weekly trading plan, there are certain things that you are expecting to happen, so you don't get actually affected by those specific things. So I'm gonna give you 4 tips. The 4 things I do, and as a tip, so that you can actually do exactly the same thing. So tip number 1 is that I analyze the charts on a daily candlestick period. The reason why I do this is because I know for a fact that first of all, I place swing trades. So they take a few days for them to actually expire or reach certain levels. So when I analyze the markets on a daily chart, I don't see those crazy movements that you usually see when you analyze the market on 15-minute time frames. So when you put the time frame on 15 minutes, you see all these movements and everything is getting crazy and you don't know exactly what to do. You get frustrated. You get you get like kind of freaked out, right? So what you need to do is just take it as a daily chart, a daily period. That way you're gonna know the one candlestick, it represents one day. So you're not gonna freak out for the next 4 hours because you don't know what's gonna happen. Instead, you know that the trade that you're placing is going in the direction that you actually said, or if not, it still is not gonna keep you freak out during the day. That way you can control your emotions. And first of all, of course, you analyze what's the trend. I explain that on the strategy videos that I post, but you should actually keep in mind that when you place the trade, you already did the analysis so that you know what a position is actually, what direction is going to take. That way, when you actually do it on a daily chart, your emotions start to hide. Okay, so that's the tip number 1. That's the first thing I do. Second thing that I do, and tip number 2, is that I actually set the highest and the lowest levels on a weekly candlestick time frame. What I mean by this is instead of 1 day on the candle, I actually set it for 1 week. The reason why I actually do this is because I want to see what was the highest and the lowest point or resistance and support levels on weekly time frames. That way I know for sure that 90% of probabilities is that those levels are being respected. Now, it doesn't happen every week that the candlestick on a daily chart or weekly chart is close to the support or resistance level, but it's always good to double check so that you can see see whether a support or resistance line was actually broken on a weekly level. So if a resistance line is being respected on a weekly level and on a daily chart is a downtrend, then you know that everything is going to start going down from there. Obviously, we can't be 100% accurate 100% of the time, but one thing that I've learned in doing the weekly is actually to know what are the strongest support and resistance levels. Once you actually find those levels, you will even feel more calm during the week that those levels will be respected, so your trade should be on your favor. So that's tip number one. Number two. Tip number three is actually that you measure the amount of pips that you're gonna place in the trade. And I've seen this happens all the time. Like for instance, you place the trade and you put 100 pips in profit, and you also put 150 pips in loss. So that means that if you lose that trade, you're gonna lose more money than what you could win, right? So why would you do that? And the other mistake is the opposite. You put 150 pips on win and you put 20 pips in loss. So when you set your pending order, it hits the stop loss and then it goes up to your take profit, but you didn't make any money because you set up your stop loss too low. So your stop loss should be, the minimum should be 50% of your take profit. That should be your minimum, and your maximum should be 100% of your take profit. So if in case you actually win 2 trades but you lose 1, then you lose 100% of that trade, but you win 200% on the other trades that you placed. And the opposite, if you're gonna place the take profit, the stop loss is gonna be very minimum. Make sure that it's because you actually place in more trades then, because that way if you win just 1 with 100 pips but you lose 4 of 20 pips, that means that you lose 80 pips but you still made 100 pips in profit, so that it brings you to a positive 20 pips in profit as well. That's not what I do. Honestly, what I do is that I set for 100 pips in loss and 100 pips in win, so that I can double my profits whenever I actually win my trades. And I have a pretty wide window in order for the stop loss not to be touched at the moment that the trade starts getting into the direction. And since I actually place the trades on daily charts and daily candlesticks, one thing that I've noticed is that many candles actually go in the opposite direction, but then boom, we have 1, 2, 3 candles that are huge, bearish or bullish, whatever is it that you're trading, that hit the take profit level in less time than usual. But that's only because I'm trading with retracement strategy, but that's my own strategy. You can check it out on my YouTube channel, but make sure that you actually measure the pips that you're gonna have on those pending orders on the trades. So when you actually place in the trades, let's say that you're gonna place 4 trades, make sure that your take profit is even more than your stop loss, or at least equals, but I wouldn't recommend you that, but at least equals, so that whenever you win you need to win at least just half of it, so that you can make money, or that you can still break even but you don't lose money. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, follow rule number 1. So I hope that makes sense. That's tip number 3. And the tip number 4, or what I do on the 4th place, is actually place my pending order. It's very unusual that you actually can place the trade at the time that you watch in the chart. It's most common that you actually place the pending order. And when you place the pending order, don't place the pending order thinking like, oh, maybe the level is not going to be reached, so I'm going to move my entry point a little bit. No, trust your entry points, your take profit, and your stop loss. You're supposed to already done the analysis before, so you should be like confident enough that the trend or the transaction is going to go in the direction that you mentioned. Okay, so trust all of the analysis that you did before and place the pending orders according to the levels that you chose. So I hope these 4 tips actually really help you with your weekly trading plan. This is my own trading plan. This is what I do during the weekends most of the times, and that's when I post my video with my weekly prediction. So I hope these tips really help you out, and if you found value on it, make sure you smash the like button. And in case you have any questions, you can put it on the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer those comments as soon as I can. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you on the next one.